Hello, my babies and my lovies. How y'all doing? You see how I'm doing? I'm back in the hospital. Yes, you guys, I'm back in the hospital. I've been here now for 5 days. I've been wondering should I make a video or not, but I gotta make a video because I've been having a conversation with healing while I've been here. And I'm going to explain how I've been having a conversation with healing. At first, I was upset because now my heart went from 55 to 35. So I'm at 35. But y'all, it's not 10% like the first time I was making videos. So I went to go home for a little while. But now my heart is at 35%. How I knew something was wrong, I pay attention to the signs. Remember, on my channel, we come out of our skin and we think with our breath. We think with the thoughts that we're given. We think with the images that we see. So I kept seeing the Jaguar. Jaguar still handling his business. And I started seeing hourglasses. But this time, y'all, when I saw the hourglass, it wasn't almost empty. The first time I was seeing the hourglass, the time was running out, like it was almost running out. But this time, it had like halfway, it still had time. Also, I was having a conversation with my son about how do you begin to see. And we discovered that one of his signs was a frog, because he has a lot of frogs in his yard. When he cut his grass, he's cutting up frogs. When he wake up in the morning, he has frogs on his window. So I said, son, the spirit of the frog is trying to tell you something, right? He also told me that it's a little slushy cart that's by this gas station that's by our house. And he was like, Mom, have you ever been to the little slushy cart by the gas station? Because they sell the best slushies. He said, every time I see that truck, I have to go get me one of those slushies. So I said, yeah, son, I know exactly what you're talking about. That cart is usually at the park. It's at the ball games. Like, that little cart is everywhere. I said, well, have you paid attention to the graphics on it? And he was like, nah. I said, son, it's a frog on there licking the slushy. So you really have a frog thing going on, right? So back 5, 6, 7 days ago, my son was in a terrible, terrible accident. And I sort of lost it because of this corona. They're not letting people in the hospitals. And my son had to be life flighted to the hospital. Imagine your child being life flighted at a hospital and you haven't laid eyes on your child. Like, you haven't touched your child. You haven't been able to talk to him. You can't hug him. And that's what I was going through. They wouldn't let me in the back. They said he was in a trauma unit. They didn't have beds because the hospitals are full. And he had to go through surgery. Y'all, I was losing my mind because when he was in the accident, a stranger called me, and I guess he had my son's phone, or maybe my son gave him my number. I'm not sure how it happened, but he was like, the wreck is bad. Like, it's really, really bad. Your son has a hole in his neck, and they're trying to keep him awake because he keeps going out because it's so much blood coming out of his neck. So I'm in the school line trying to pick up my other son. And y'all know how long those school lines be. So I was panicking. Like, I didn't even know how to get out of the line, but I managed to get out of the line. But during me trying to, well, I went ahead of everybody. So during me trying to get my son called me from the ambulance and I missed the phone call. I didn't know that he tried to call me. So I was really, really, really upset when I discovered that he did try to call me and I missed the phone call. And then the hospital is saying, well, ma'am, you need to step outside. You can't be in here if you're not a patient. Y'all, it's so hard to walk away. It's so hard to walk away. So I don't like going into hospitals because of my immune system. I can't really fight things off. And the fifth time I went into the hospital to check because they said he went to surgery. Still haven't seen him, but they said he went to surgery. I was standing next to a lady that said, I've been had the corona for 1 week and 3 days. Y'all, I was panicking like I don't know what because I hadn't been vaccinated, right? This vaccine stuff, I'm so confused. I don't know what to do, but I panicked because I'm like, damn, corona really is real because this lady was so sick. Like, I was falling for the conspiracy theories, and I can understand people being weary about the vaccine and all that stuff, but I was standing right next to corona, so I was starting to nut up. I didn't know whether to run out the hospital, and I was waiting on a nurse to come down to tell me how my son was doing. I chose to stay there, y'all. The lady was by me. She was coughing. She was throwing up. She was really, really sick, but I love my son, and I could not walk away from that hospital. So, make a long story short, I still didn't get to see my son. They said they didn't have a bed for him, and they weren't letting anybody in the back. So, I went through hell that whole day. And maybe that's what got me down to 35% because I was really scared, right? So I end up the next day, I went and got vaccinated, y'all. I don't know what the right thing to do is, but in my condition with having somebody else's heart and I'm going through enough, I just went on and got the vaccine the next day because I can't afford to get sick. Like, I really can't afford to be sick. If I was to catch corona, I probably wouldn't make it through corona. So I went and got vaccinated. So after I got vaccinated, the very next day, I began to see frogs again. I was seeing my purple hearts again. And I kept seeing the hourglass, and the hourglass was like halfway. I had an appointment. So when I came in, they wanted to see how my heart was doing without the IV meds because remember, I had all the tubes in me. I came home with the IV meds and everything. And that's when I found out my heart was at 35%. So I'm back in here. And my son is doing well. He had a necklace that has his dead homies on it. He got a diamond necklace made with these beautiful wings on it. And when he was in the accident, one of the wings went inside of his neck. So right now he still have pieces of the necklace inside his neck. It was too deep, so they're waiting for it to come to surface. So I worry about my son. But y'all, the day he was getting out of the hospital, he was only in the hospital for 2 days. I was going in the hospital. I still haven't seen my son. Because they won't let you in the hospital. And I kept telling them, man, how can you walk away from your child because of a rule? But I understand they're trying to keep everybody safe. But I felt so much rage in me, y'all. I felt so bad. I couldn't see him, and I don't know, that did something to me. Like, I couldn't sleep. But anyway, long story short, I'm not saying that's why my heart is back at 35%, but I'm pretty sure worrying like that, if you got a fear and a worry that strong, it's doing something to your body. So I'm back in here. And I found out I got to get the tube back in my neck tomorrow. And I'm going back on the machine. Remember, I was afraid of the machine because I coded on the machine once. But the last time I was here, which was in June, the machine was very nice to me. It was good to me. And it helped me. So I have to get the tube in again, and I have to go back on the machine. I start crying, y'all. I start feeling bad. I start getting upset because I'm human. And I don't want to say I'm getting tired, because I don't want God to think I can't fight, and I'm not strong enough to get through this. So I don't want to use the word tired, because tired to me sounds like you want to give up, like you don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm more irritated and I'm frustrated, if I could say that. Yeah, I'm irritated and I'm frustrated. And I'm hurt because I don't understand why I got to keep going through this. Why do I have to keep coming here? So I was sitting here praying for healing, right? Y'all know me. I pay attention to words. And I thought about it. I started having these thoughts. It's like I start breaking up into another personality, because I really start having a conversation with myself, and myself was really answering me. So I heard a voice say, how can you pray for me when I've done this and I've done that? And haven't I this and haven't I that? Haven't I already showed you? And so I started listening. He said, how can you pray for me? I'm helping you. I'm being there for you. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I've been praying for healing. Like, I know how to pray for healing. Like, I know what to do for healing to take place. Then my mind made me think about a friend that I have. She asked me, would I pray for her? And I told her no. And she got upset with me. But she didn't understand. I tried to explain to her that when I pray, things really move. Like, my words get up and walk. And I might say a prayer over you that you really don't want. I might make a change in your life that you ain't ready for. So I don't want you to be upset with me, because I've experienced people getting mad at me after I pray for them. Their life go to hell. Like, they start losing things. Things start to break down. But if you're praying for change, baby, things got to move out of the way. Meaning things that aren't good for you are going to leave. And it might be something you know that's not good for you, but you want to hold on to it for some reason. And my prayer come in there and disturb what you got going on. I don't want to be responsible for getting in your way, and I don't want to be responsible for getting in God's way, because you may be going through some trials and tribulations because God want to teach you something. He wants you to get something. He's trying to give you something. He's trying to show you something. And here I come praying against God. And I thought about it and I was like, I can't pray for you. And another reason why I couldn't pray for her, because deep down inside myself, I had thoughts of she's irresponsible. Like, she's making stupid decisions. She's making dumb decisions. She's self-sabotaging herself. She's the one bringing all these issues to her. Like, she's stuck in this loop and she doesn't see it. And it's producing bad fruit for her. So I wasn't the right person to pray for her. because I feel some type of way, right? So I don't want to put my personal feelings towards her and then what she got going on, and then I'm trying to pray at the same time. It's like it's not in agreement, right? So the safest thing for me to do is to pray for your strength, to pray that you get strength and be strong enough to see your faults and your downfalls and your flaws and the mistakes that you keep making over and over. I pray for your eyes to be open and your ears to be attentive. So the prayers that I prayed, I didn't want to pray for her because I don't know if she really ready for a complete change, like a complete do-over, a complete makeover, because some of the stuff she won't pray the way she don't understand that she likes, that she's attracted to it. And when it leaves, she brings it back. So I didn't want to be involved in that. So I was sitting here thinking, some things you just don't need to pray for. Maybe it's good not to pray so much. And I thought about healing, y'all. And healing was like, how are you going to pray for me? I already know what to do. I've already been doing my job. You can't pray for me. I'm healing. How can you pray for me? You don't even understand the dynamics of me. You don't even know how deep I go. You don't even understand how I operate, and you don't know my assignment. So how can you pray for me? I'm healing. I already know what to do. So I got to thinking, and I said, you know what? I've been praying wrong, because isn't healing taking place in my life? Yeah, I might have to come back in here from time to time. Yeah, I might be doing good this day. And then the next week or so, I may not be doing so good. But healing is taking place. And healing has not left my side not one time. Healing has not cut me short not one time. And every time I need healing, healing shows up. Like healing is already there. I just need to come so healing can do its job. So I asked healing to forgive me for putting my own words to what its assignment is. And all I can do is get in the thankful mode. Because if you think about it, if I am inside of God, which that's how I see myself, inside of God, right? Not praying for God to come. I am inside of God, and I dare you to stick your hand inside of God and pull me out. So I feel like I'm being surrounded by all God's goodness. So God is giving me a part of Him, which is healing. And healing is a process, right? So you have to go through some things. Some healings aren't instant. And in my case, I have another person's heart. So my body's not like everybody else's body, and my process isn't like everybody's process. But I can't doubt healing, because healing has been showing up. So I had to ask healing to forgive me for getting in his business. Like, I'm smart enough to tell healing how to heal me. That didn't make any sense. So I've been praying for healing, like healing isn't here. Like I haven't met healing. Like healing hasn't been there. When healing has been here the entire time. Healing has been showing up for me. Healing has been getting me here on time. Healing has the people in place. Healing has the facilities. And so I thought about money. I've been praying for money. Money already has an assignment. Money already knows what its job is. Money is an entity just like healing is an entity. Money already knows what it's supposed to do. Y'all, I got a doctor bill for $380,000. Guess what? Money paid for it. My balance was zero. I've never been hungry. I'm not homeless. I don't struggle. And I thought about money. I've been praying for money, like money doesn't know that I need it. Like I'm not in need of anything because everything has already been in place for me. So I had to think about it. Money, you have been there. Like I've never been without money. I've never had a situation where I'm down to my last penny or I have to beg for something to eat. I don't even know what it's like to be hungry. I can't even say that I've been hungry before because food has always been available to me and I can choose what I want to eat. I have choices. Like I can go out and eat whenever I want to eat and eat whatever I want to eat. And I thought about my medicines. Money is paying for my medicines, y'all. If y'all could just imagine how much my medicine costs every month. Money already has the assignment. Money has been assigned to me. And I've been looking at things wrong, right? So I thought about the rain. How people pray for rain. How can you pray for rain when rain is rain? You don't know how much rain should fall. You can't measure rain. You don't know where it needs to rain. And I said, rain already knows what to do when it comes. It has an assignment. And lately I've been noticing that where I live, it was raining across the street from me, and the side of the street I was on, it wasn't raining. And that got me thinking, rain knows where to rain at and where to fall. So how can I pray for rain? It wasn't meant to rain on my side. It was meant to rain on that side. So when you're praying for things, that word FOR, it's like it's not there, or you haven't met it, or you've never seen it, and you're praying for it to come. When it already comes, it already does what it does. The grass grows. I don't have to pray for grass to grow. It automatically grows because it has an assignment. It's just gonna grow. And so I come back to healing, and I'm sad because I'm back in this situation again. But what if healing wasn't here? And some people can't even get this far in their sickness or their situation. Some people don't have the insurance. Some people walk around with their sicknesses and try to self-heal. And I thank God for the doctors. I thank God for the medicines. I thank God for the tools that are available to help people and to help me. Y'all, I got somebody else's heart in me. That had to be a powerful movement in the spirit realm. Somebody died on the same day that I was about to die, but their heart gave me life. It's a beautiful thing. So don't pray for healing, because healing doesn't need your help. Healing already knows what it's supposed to do. If you're getting your meds, you're getting your doctor appointments, you have the proper insurance, you have the proper means to go get seen about, healing is already doing its job. It's just a process. I'm not like this every day. This isn't my life every day of the week, 24 hours of the day, every second. I have good days. I have good months. I have good weeks. I have good years. So this is just a thing. So I don't want to pray for healing. And if somebody out here listening, maybe you've been praying wrong too. Like healing has been taking place already. What about the healing that's already taking place? I haven't thought about thanking it. Like I haven't thought about thanking that process. I haven't thought about just praising God for the healing that's been taking place, that has saved me over and over and over, showing me the hourglass, showing me the frogs, y'all. I was worried about my son, and I kept seeing frogs everywhere, which was letting me know that your son is going to leap through this. He's going to jump through this like he's getting favor. He's going to be all right. He's not going to suffer like somebody else probably would suffer. He going to get through this. Like he's okay. I was looking at TV. The commercial had a frog on it. I was looking at a TV show, and it had a frog that just fell out of the sky. And then the lady keychain had a frog on it. And even there's a game show coming out called Froggy. Y'all, I couldn't escape it. I was worried about my son, but thank God we had that conversation about the frogs, because now when I see the frogs, I know it's about him, and I know he's gonna be okay, right? This is how you see your signs. And I found the hourglass. I paid attention to the hourglass, and the time was not running out. And my time isn't running out. Like, I am on 35% heart fraction, meaning it's gonna go up. It's really, really, really gonna go back up. So I want to apologize to Healing for praying for it instead of thanking it for already being here, for already taking place, for already showing out tremendously in my life, miraculously. Like, Healing has favor in me. Like, God gave me a piece of him. So it's like Healing really is seeing about me. Healing really is my doctor. Healing really is my nurse. So God is praising me. God is seeing about me. Instead of me praising God, God is praising me. And he's looking after my situation. And he's making sure that Healing does not leave my side. So I want to thank Healing. And for anybody that's going through a sickness or a situation, and you keep coming out, and you keep coming out, and you keep coming out, Healing is already there. Thank God for the healing that's taking place. Thank God for the healing that's already been there. So this is what my video was about today. Healing. And I already have healing. And I'm feeling chills, and I feel like crying tears of joy, because I could be doing worse than this. And I'm not. And I don't look like a sickness. I don't look like I'm going through hell. And I thought about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how they went through the fire and they came out unsinged. I thought about how Abraham was thrown into the fire. Abraham came out the fire. The fire didn't even touch Abraham. I thought about Daniel in the lion's den. The lion didn't eat Daniel, because things have an assignment. And when God gives you something, it's not death. It's not burning. It's not a eating of your flesh. It's not tearing you down in any kind of way. It's lifting you up. It's making you better. And it's proving a point. And I want to thank my faith today, because this is hard, y'all. This is hard. But I have all these words to depend on. And these words are alive. And the words created the world. The words created me. And the words are still creating my healing. They're fixing my situation. And I'm just grateful today. I'm so grateful today. And I'm so grateful for you, Healing. I really appreciate you being here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Healing, y'all. Just think about it. How can you pray for something like that when you don't know what to pray for when it comes to healing? You don't know the ins and outs of healing. You don't know healing's job. So I just want to thank healing for its presence. And thank you for being here for me. And thank you for being continuous in my life. I love you guys. I love you so much. And thank you for following my stories and being on my channel. Like and subscribe if you like. But for now on, if you see yourself coming out of a situation, thank God that you're coming out and you're going through. Like, don't blend in with the situation. Like, I can't blend in with what's going on with me because healing is doing its job. And healing isn't late, it's always on time. Healing is a mighty, mighty entity. And I just want to thank healing today. I love you guys. You all have a blessed day.